Welcome to Podcast Marketing Secrets, the place for entrepreneurs, coaches, and CEOs who are looking to grow their business with a podcast, become a key person of influence in their industry, and get their ideal clients to come to them, also known as attraction marketing. I'm your host, Al Morentin. My guest today is Michael Del Prete. Michael is the executive director of the Arizona Real Estate Investors Association, or AZREIA. He is a full-time real estate investor and educator at the Arizona Real Estate Investors Association. And Michael is also the co-host of the AZREIA Show, a podcast all about real estate investing. Welcome to the show, Michael.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
Awesome, awesome. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your background and how you got involved with real estate?
Yeah, for sure, man. Long story, but for the keep the listeners keep it short for the listeners. I was just like everybody else, man, working 9 to 5 with 50 hours a week, just getting by, working in a cubicle. And I had a young family. My son was like 1 or 2, newly married, had a mortgage, just the grind of the life. But how you just always have that feeling where it's like, I deserve better. I know better. Like I want more out of life. I want more for my family or whatever it is. So I think I just had that itch. And we were watching HGTV, right? When you see the ugly house, they go in there and they make it pretty, and then they make all this money, and you're like, "Oh, that looks like I want to do that." So that kind of caught my interest. Why I was working, I was at Verizon Wireless, right? I was a customer service agent, right? So, yeah, man, someone was like, "Hey, I went to this website called hotpads.com, and houses are like 10 grand, 50 grand." Now, this was what the Great Recession, right? This was back in '09, right? So,
Mhm.
I was like, "Oh, that's weird," right? Everything was just booming a couple years ago. Remember, we had the big boom as well. So, I was like, "That's weird." So I got curious and I started like researching, like, what's going on. And it looks like, you know, the market was crashed, right? But I was searching like, is that good? Because right, you're told, like, everyone's like, get away from real estate. It's not real. It's a scam. It's who's in all this nonsense, and everyone runs from real estate when it was on sale. Right. If the grocery
Mhm.
store has something for sale, we all run to the grocery store, right? Or Best Buy. But when real estate's on sale, everyone tells each other to run away. So I luckily learned that by the hard way. But I jumped in and I found this strategy called wholesaling real estate. No money, no credit, make 5K in 30 days. Yeah, right. That's not gonna happen, right? Well, okay, but I found when I dived into it, started researching, found a guy on YouTube had 100 videos for free on how to wholesale real estate. I did something crazy, man. I watched him and I applied what I watched. And then I made $4,200 in 45 days. And I'm like, man, it takes me like 2 months at work to make this. So it all changed there. That's how I got the bug for it.
Right on. That's awesome. So yeah, like a lot of people have that, that little itch inside them. They know that there's something better, but it's just like not tangible. Like you can't not know what it
Yeah.
is.
You
And
don't even know what it is. You don't even know what you want to do. There's so much out there. Right. But you have those daily responsibilities that you're comfortable with. And it's hard to veer away from that.
yeah, for sure. And then when you go into a field like real estate, especially with investing, then your eyes just or your whole being just bursts open just because
Mhm.
you understand like how much money there really is in the world and how abundant it is and there is an easier way than that 50 hours a week and the grind and all that,
Mhm.
or
Yes,
just a
sir.
more maybe not easier but more satisfying,
Yeah, it depends what it takes time. Real estate investing is a long game. So if you're getting in it for the quick cash, it can happen.
hmm
You can make some big checks, but it's work, just like anything else, right? And there's ups and
yeah,
downs, and there's no safety net. So you got to educate yourself and get around the right people.
right on, yeah, for sure, for sure. And then like you said, applying the knowledge that you ingest,
Hmm.
is the biggest key. So what
Hmm.
is the AZREIA?
Yeah, well, it stands for the Arizona Real Estate Investors Association, also known as REIA, AREIA, REIA. So there's a national REIA. It's been around for 60 years, and then we're under their umbrella. We're a licensed organization, like a trade association for real estate investors. So we represent the state of Arizona. So there's no other legit REIAs. So we provide our mission is to provide education, resources, now networking opportunities, for in market information for the real estate investor. And we've been doing it for 21 years here in the state, from northern Arizona down to southern Arizona. So we have chapters around the state. We have network. We have about 17 events a month. So
Wow.
yeah, come check us out, right? So especially if you're in Arizona, or we stream some of our events. And so if you're looking to invest in Arizona, even if you don't live here, we are your go-to resource to get started and, grow your career.
That's awesome. That's really cool. And that's a it's cool that you like provide like the education and resources and like networking opportunities, things like that. And all those events going on too. That's crazy. Crazy awesome.
Yeah, we had 200 events last year and over 6,000 people through our doors.
That's awesome. Very good. Very good. So, what type of people are members? Is it like seasoned veterans or beginners or combination?
Combination. It's a little bit of everybody. So you never know who's going to sit next to you. One side of you could be the brand new person that's like, I heard the word real estate yesterday and I'm looking to see what it is. And then the person right next to you on the other side of you could own 500 rental properties. So you just don't know who's in the room. All walks of life, people from out of state, in state, just never know. So yes, it's an eclectic mix.
Right on. That's awesome. And do you have to have a real estate license to be an investor?
Nope, the great question. Glad you asked that. That's a myth out there, right? So real estate agents who sell homes are licensed, right?
Mhm.
Investors are not licensed. And we have a lot of creative ways you can do real estate. So if you ever want to get into investing, a lot of people think, oh, I got to go get my license first, right? No, you do not, right? You need to get educated and figure out and look into all the different types of strategies that are out there. Just to name a few, like a landlord renting the house out to a tenant, fix and flip, making it ugly and pretty and selling it for a profit, wholesaling. You can lend money. There's like so many ways to participate in real estate investing. So you just need to know what you're trying to accomplish financially in your life and then find the strategy and learn how to do it. So there's no license for investors.
Right on. That's awesome. And and just like with everything else, it's you got like speaking to what you just last said, like you figure out what your ultimate goal is, what the outcome you want, and then and then you fulfill that, and there's different vehicles within real estate to be able to accomplish different goals, right?
Yeah, a simple question I like to ask, or we tell people, you got to create your investor identity, right? But like, how do I create my identity in
Awesome.
real estate? One thing I always say is, do you want lumps of cash or streams of cash right now? Right? If you want streams, okay, you might want to maybe lend on a project or be a landlord and get, cash flow, mailbox money. Or if
Hmm.
I want lumps of cash, well, maybe you should look into fix and flipping, or you get me, or building a house and selling it, or wholesaling. So we'll help you do that.
Right on. That's awesome. So why wouldn't a potential investor like or aspiring investor want to choose real estate over like other vehicles?
Yeah. First and foremost, there's a lot of vehicles out there that you can use to preserve your money or grow your money, right? So I highly recommend doing what you're good at, or what you know about, or you have the right resources to help you do that. But you may have heard the a lot of people say, hey, most millionaires, billionaires own real estate, right? It's not only because they're out there buying and selling and flipping, it's because they're making money, they're earning money, and they're parking it in real estate, right? And time is real estate's best friend. So when you buy, on average, a house can double every 10 years. It's called appreciation. So like okay, I'll just go back. real estate is an ideal investment. And the acronym ideal means I is for income, D is for depreciation, meaning there's tax benefits. And you're an entrepreneur now. So the government in the tax code has rule or benefits for people that provide shelter, energy, jobs, and a bunch of other things in the tax code that we all have access to, right? So it's just you need to learn it or hire someone that knows it to help you. So you can depreciate your house and give Uncle Sam less money every year by owning real estate. So if you're a high income earner, that's very helpful. So equity, right? Meaning, let's say you have $100,000 mortgage, then you put your tenant, you put someone else in the house, they pay you rent, and you use that rent to pay the mortgage down. So now your loan balance is going down, and someone else is paying that for you, right? Then there's appreciation where it's not guaranteed, it's luck, it's icing on the cake, but over time the market goes up. So now your balance is going down and your value is going up. Now that spread in the middle is what we call equity, and you can access that, which leads to leverage, right? You leverage is how the average person moves boulders. So you can now use that money that you've earned over the years and say, hey, you could just be doing your normal life job, whatever it is, and pull that money out and go put it as a down payment on another house. Right. So now you're compounding and growing. So leverage meaning if you wanted to buy Apple shares, Apple stock, whatever it is, I don't even know how much it is right now, a few $100. But if you wanted to buy 100 shares of Apple right now, how much money do you need? All of it. Right. But you can go to the bank and say, hey, I want to buy a $500,000 house. Okay, 20% down. Yes, it's a lot of money. Not you get what I'm saying? But you don't need all of it.
Yeah.
And we show you creative ways to either do it with no money or leverage banks. Leverage there I could talk your ear off. But anyways, yeah, but that's why someone should go into real estate.
Awesome, awesome. And then so with the alliance or association, do you provide like mentorship or education on how to, like grow that portfolio?
Yeah.
Because it's got to be different to just, do one investment in one property as opposed to multiple properties, and then also being able to take advantage of those, not just the money that you make and the appreciation and stuff, but the tax benefits and all that. Because a lot of people don't, they're not aware of that, so they don't take advantage of it, right?
Yeah, like for example, so here's what's great. We have multiple pillars of our organization. One of them is what we call our business associates, which is kind of like some people might say vendors, sponsors, right? So they're your team. So you can't do this by yourself, right? You're going to need professionals that provide services to real estate investors, insurance agents, real estate agents, property managers, real estate attorneys, contractors, AC companies, pest control. You get what I'm saying? So we have vetted companies that have been with us for 5 or more years, some 20 years, and they service Arizona real estate investors. So you have access to them. So they'll answer your call, they'll answer your questions, right? And we appreciate you using them, but you don't have to. But you can come here, build your team with our business associates, and get started. So one, you can learn from them, right? Two, we have subgroups, which are monthly meetings, meaning you can come and network in person. Some are streamed, and we have a fix and flip meeting. We have a buy and hold meeting. We have a beginners meeting. We have a women's meeting. We have, you name it. We have 15 to 17 events covering different strategies. So the person that runs that group is a volunteer and active investor in today's market here in our city. So you're getting a mentorship basically for 2 hours once a month from someone that's here to help.
That's
So,
awesome.
so we have all that type of stuff.
That's really cool. It sounds really cool, and almost like it'd be fun to go and hang out with the people that understand what you're doing and all that kind of stuff too.
It's important because look, especially if it's a newer person or someone like kind of considering the idea of real estate investing, you need support, right? Your friends and family need to support you, right? And sometimes they might not understand it, right? So they might go, I don't know about that, but you need to be around people that are doing it. So if you want to be someone that owns a rental property or 10 rentals or 10 flips, whatever it is, you need to be around the people that are doing it. Let them tell you not to do it or what to look out for, right? So you got to get around those people that want to see you grow and give you and share resources and so on. So love the family, love the friends, but you might have to get into a new group of people that are doing what you want to do.
Right on. Awesome. So this being like a marketing podcast, how do you like market the association?
Great question, man. The association has been around 21 years. So we have the credibility, the local and um what's the word I'm thinking of? Everyone knows us, right? So uh the original founder, Alan, they up until about 2.5 years ago, they were doing email marketing and word of mouth. And they grew this organization like strong, like a large, we have 2,000 members. So it's like, so that's pretty powerful. But going into this post COVID, right? And just the world we live in is social media, everything's on your phone, right? So we had to
Mhm.
create that component. So right now, we are one continuing word of mouth, continuing testimonials, and that whole organic way of doing it. We're free, social media is free, right? So on every platform, posting 3 times a day. We're streaming a lot more on YouTube. We're posting a lot more YouTube content. So we're taking advantage of all the free ways to market our organizations. Like I said, plus emails. We just went to Go High Level, which is a CRM, and we're implementing texting. So we've always had texting on another platform that was very clunky, but
Mhm.
we've moved programs. So now we're texting. We have some in-house email sequences, right? Going to our current members and man, what else are we doing? I could keep on, so a lot of organic stuff.
Mhm.
Anything that's organic, texting, obviously, you got to probably pay for, but like within the community, social media, and now we're starting to roll out some ads.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You doing Google ads or Facebook ads or?
We've had a small Google ad that's always running, a few $100 a month, and it's just basic Arizona real estate investing kind of ad, which is performs well. But now we're starting the whole Facebook, Instagram kind of flow.
Right on. That's awesome. And then how does podcasting fit in? Because I know you have your
Oh yeah.
own podcast and then you're guest on other podcasts as well.
Yes. So right now, yes, we're about 120, just above 120 episodes on the AZREIA show. It's on all podcast platforms and YouTube. So yeah, the podcast is a huge, and it's a whole nother game, man. It's so much, man, and everything's always changing. But that's a whole nother part. So right now we're just, obviously we're taking the podcast, launching it every week, Fridays at 8, and then we're cutting that up into our shorts. So we'll cut it up into a short. So here's how I'm looking at it. We're taking the long form, let's say for the podcast, for example, come up with some shorts. So I feel that's the way everyone gets attention. Shorts, stories, reels, whatever they're called right now. So we're doing that on all platforms. I think that captures attention at a higher volume. So someone gets to see us or hear about us. Then we're creating 5 to 8 minute YouTube videos. So I feel the people that are really interested in real estate investing or starting to catch on to us or follow us will dive into the 5 to 8 minute videos. And then ultimately they transition to the full trainings or online courses or the podcast for 40 minutes. And those are more of your fans. So that's kind of the levels I'm trying to push people through and I think works.
That's awesome. Very good. And yeah, it's good that you have that multifaceted approach too, and do a lot of organic, mixed with the paid ads and stuff too,
Yeah.
and even retargeting kind of stuff as well.
Yep. Yep.
Because no matter how it gets there, it's always good to do that. Yeah. So I really like that a lot. Is there any like like one big idea or one thing people could take away, or actually like as you were saying, because there's some funky stuff going on with the whole world, but with the real estate in the United States, period, right? So, and you said like if things do crash, it's almost like things going on sale,
Hmm.
so what would you say to people like going into 2024 about real estate investing?
So it's pretty fundamental. Understand the fundamentals and the basics, right? So one thing we getting educated, right? I don't care where you go, whether it's YouTube, online, you come to AZREIA, whatever it is, get the information, expose yourself to real estate and how it can help your life, right? So you need education, you need the people, you need to build your team around you that of professionals that understand how to navigate this. So get a coach, a mentor, someone that's just kind of like been there before and you could learn from their mistakes. I mean, if you start there, it doesn't matter if we're in a crash. It doesn't matter if we're in a boom. It doesn't matter if we're in a stale market. You can make money in real estate.
That's awesome. Very good. I love that. So,
Awesome.
well, thank you for coming on the show, sharing all your insights, especially with real estate and also with marketing. You really appreciate that. What's the best way for people to follow you or get a hold of you?
Check out azreia.org, azreia.org. That goes to our website. Check out our calendar, azreia.org/calendar. Come check out an event. We're on all social, just look up the Arizona Real Estate Investors Association, AZREIA, on all social media platforms. Follow us on YouTube, whatever it is. We're easy to find and we're out there.
Awesome, awesome. And we'll be sure to include your links in the show notes below the audio and video episodes.
Awesome, man. I appreciate you being allowing me to be on here, man. I'm very thankful.
Awesome, awesome. That concludes this episode of Podcast Marketing Secrets. This is Al Morentin signing off. I hope you have a successful day.